So last week we spoke about can Moshiach come on Shabbos? Does Eliyahu Navi Dafka need to come before Shabbos? So today we're going to talk about another Gemara which says that the Geulah is going to be either during Tishrei or Nisan. So it seems like you only have two time slots. You have to try to chafarein during those 2 months. So we'll try to see what's going on over here. So there's a Gemara. So the Gemara is in Masechtas Rosh Hashanah. Starts on Daf Yud Amud Beis and continues on Daf Yud Aleph. The Gemara says in the first Maramakim, Tanya Rabbi Eliezer Omer B'Tishrei Nivra Ilam. The world was created in Tishrei, and it brings a whole bunch of other things that are created in Tishrei. And then he ends off B'Nisan Nigalun. The Geulah from Mitzrayim was during Nisan, and B'Tishrei Asid Nigal. And when is the future Geulah going to happen? It's going to happen in Tishrei.
And this is Rabbi...
This is Rabbi Eliezer.
Really?
Rabbi Eliezer says that even though the first Geulah was in Nisan, the second Geulah will be during Tishrei. Then Rabbi Shua Omer, he disagrees. He says, B'Nisan Nivra Elon, the world was created in Nisan, not in Tishrei. And B'Nisan Nigalu. And B'Nisan, even though we were redeemed in Nisan, and from Mitzrayim, and B'Nisan Asidin Ligal. And the final redemption is also going to be during Nisan, just like the first one. It's the Chodesh of Geulah. So why? Well, what are their reasons for arguing? So the Gemara continues. It says, B'Nisan, this on Daf Yud Aleph Amud Beis. The Gemara says, B'Nisan Nigalu. How do we know that we came out in Nisan Kedisa? It says clearly on the Torah. B'Tishrei Asidin Ligal. How do we know that the final Geulah is going to be in Tishrei? Asya Shefer. We learn now to Gzeir Shava Shefer. Ksiv Hacha. One pasuk says Tikub Achida Shefer. During the Chodesh of Tishrei, you should blow the Shefer. But Ksiv Hasam Beimahu Yitaka B'Shefer Gadol. And you have another pasuk about Moshiach. It says Beimahu Yitaka. We're going to blow the big Shefer. So we learn from Shefer, and just like Rosh Hashanah, pasuk Shefer, Rosh Hashanah is during Tishrei. So too, the Shefer, which is going to be by the Geulah, is also during Tishrei. It's fine. So that's Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says that the final Geulah is going to be during Tishrei. Rabbi Shua Omer B'Nisan Nigadol. The final Geulah is going to be. We were redeemed in Nisan, and B'Nisan Asidin Nigal. And the final Geulah is also going to be during Nisan. Minalan. How do we know this? Amar Kra says Lel Shimurim. It says by Pesach it's Lel Shimurim. What does it mean Shimurim? It's that it's being guarded and saved. But that we tie it Shalel Mishumar Hamishumar Abba Misheshis Mebreshitz. It's the night which is being guarded and reserved since Sheshis Mebreshitz. From the 6 days of creation, the Eivusher has been saving and preparing this night of Pesach as the night of Geulah. And therefore he learns out from there that Shalel Hamishumar that Eivusher is saving this night for the final Geulah. Finally, the Gemara says, "V'idach." What is what's Rabbi Eliezer going to say? How does he learn the Leil Shimurim? He teaches Laila Hamishumur Abba Min Hamazikin. It's a night which you're protected from all bad spirits and all bad things. So these are the reasons for the Machlekes. Rabbi Eliezer says the Geulah is going to be in Tishrei, in Nisan. Or it's going to be in Tishrei, and we learn Zayah from the Gzeir Shava Shefer, and Rabbi Shua says it's going to be during Nisan. We learn from the pasuk Lel Shimurim Hu. So we've seen from here that the only 2 time slots for the Geulah to happen during the year. So there's one of them, a Farshim on Masechtas Rosh Hashanah, is called the Turi Evan. He asks a Shaila that. There's a clear Gemara, which we learned last week, which says that someone makes a neder that I'm going to be a Nazir on the day when Moshiach ben David comes, every day of the week except for Shabbos. Whichever day he made that neder, he's a Nazir because Moshiach might be coming that day. So it's a question on both. Well, what's going on? If the Geulah if Moshiach can only come during Nisan and Tishrei, so then he should only be a nazir during those 2 months. The rest of the year, if he makes this nether, he shouldn't be a nazir.
When you say he's coming, are you saying it's calculated without any of our influence? If we do nothing, this is the time he's coming? Or does this mean if we're even speeding it up, it's still going to be here?
Oh, okay. So you're getting to the answer. You're getting there. So what's going on? So if it says that, so if Moshiach can come during these 2 months, so why is he a nazir any time of the year he makes a nether? And also, if Eliyahu Navi needs to come, well, actually, no, that's not a question. So that's the question he has. Why are you a nazir every day? So let's read what he answers. See, he's going to answer what you said, that there's 2 ways Moshiach could come. So the second Ramakim, he writes a question. The kasha li hatani perik dalad de Eruvin. We learned that someone says, Harini Nazir b'yem sheben David ba. I am a Nazir on the day when Moshiach comes. So it's mutar lishtei siyayim b'Shabbos v'yem tov. Shabbos and Yom Tov he could drink wine because for whatever reasons Moshiach is not going to come then. He explains that in Eliyahu ba be'erev Shabbos. Eliyahu is not going to come in erev Shabbos before Moshiach. Be'erev Yom Tov k'dim mefarish hasam. V'asur lishtei siyayim b'me'achel. But during the week he's not allowed to drink. Why is he not allowed to drink during the week? According to Rabbi Eliezer, that Moshiach is going to come in Tishrei. He should only be asur if he makes a nether during Tishrei. He should only be asur to drink wine during Nisan, because during the rest of the year he's not going to come. So he answers what you brought up before, that there's 2 ways Moshiach could come. When we stop really Baham Milsa, it makes sense to me. The Beis Mine Kitzin Ikon L'Bias David. There are 2 ways. There are two ways Mashiach could come. Kidamar Peperek Chelik. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says, Shavan Lakish, I don't remember. Rami. He contrasted 2 psukim. It says Ksiv Be'itay, Uksiv Achishena. The pasuk says, "Ani Hashem b'ita achishena." I will hasten it in His time. I will hasten it. So what's going on? Will Mashiach be in His time, or will it come quicker? So Gemara says, "Zachu achishena lizachu b'ita." If you're in zeichel, be in the proper time. V'hai, and according to this, he answers, "V'hai d'shmaitin." Our Gemara that says it's only come during Tishrei or Nisan. The ma'idimi b'ita is going to be during the set times. U'b'delay zachu, d'lamar itay b'Tishrei lamar b'Nisan. According to one master holds that the other holds this in Tishrei, and Rabbi Shua holds this in Nisan. Afal bekates the achisheno. What if it will be hastened with the zachu? Then ein zman kavua l'davar. If it comes in, it will be speed, and we will hasten it, and it will be hastened. Then there is no set time; it will come whichever month it is. Ela kol yemo zimnehu. Each day is its time. Kedamar le Mashiach Hasam. The Rabbi Shua ben Levi. That when will Moshiach come? He said today, if you listen to my voice. Meaning if you do tshuva and you're a zeicha, then it will come today. And that's why someone makes a neder during the week, that he's going to be Nisan day when Moshiach comes, he's asur the whole week. But no matter what month it is, because maybe it will be zeicha, and each day it could be will be zeicha today. Maybe each day is possible Mashiach could come. So it's a nice answer he gives. That there are two ways Mashiach could come. One Gemara is talking about Be'ita, one Gemara is talking about Achishena. Fine, so this is the Turi Evans answer. But we learned but there's the Casey Placey learns the Gemara the other way around. The Rienis and Aishas, he says that the Gemara, the Turi Evans said the Gemara, which talks about a Nazir who made a Shavuah, is talking about Achishena, and maybe Mashiach will come quicker. The Casey Placey learns differently. He learns that the Gemara in Eruvin, which talks about something, says he's going to become a Nazir, is talking about the Itan, its proper time, and that's why this whole structure that first Eliyahu Hanavi needs to come, and then Mashiach could come. This is how he learns. So according to this, this answer of the Turi Evan doesn't work. We're stuck back to the same question. Because according to Yenis and Aishitz, the Gemara, which says that I'm going to be a Nazir when Moshiach comes, and any day of the year he makes a neder, which is the weekday. He's a Nazir. That's the regular structure of when Moshiach comes. So that's the regular seder of the set time Moshiach is going to come. What's the Gemara Rosh Hashanah talking about? And it says that it's going to come not specifically in Nisan or in Tishrei. When is that? It doesn't make sense to say that's when there's Zeicha, because if you're Zeicha, why Dafka then? So according to Nisan, we still have this question. Also, there's a letter for the Rebbe. The Rebbe also teaches the Gemara differently. The Gemara says that the Rebbe learns that the Machlekes Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Eliezer, whether it's going to be in Nisan or in Tishrei, it's also totally on if it's going to be Zachon, that Rabbi Eliezer says it's going to be in Tishrei. He's saying because there's Machlekes whether Moshiach is going to come dafka through tshuva or not through tshuva, or even without us doing tshuva. Maybe Moshiach will force us to do tshuva and make Moshiach come. Eliezer says that it's not totally that it's totally in tshuva, and Rabbi Yeshua says that it's not even without us doing tshuva. Still, Moshiach will make the king come and make us saras until we're forced to do tshuva. So the Rebbe connects these two arguments. It says Rabbi Eliezer says that the Moshiach is going to come only if we do tshuva. So that's why it comes in Tishrei, because Tishrei is the time of our avodah. First Elul, we're preparing for Rosh Hashanah. The whole Zman of Elul and Tishrei is the time of our avodah, and that's why Moshiach is going to come through our tshuva. Is going to come then. Whereas Rabbi Yeshua, he learns that Moshiach is not totally on our. It's not totally on our. It's not totally on our tshuva. Even if we don't do tshuva, the Eibusher, the Eibusher will make us do it. So that's why he says Moshiach is going to come in Tishrei. It's because in Tishrei, that's why it's coming to be in Nisan, because Nisan is a time of there's a Geulah in the Leila. There's a Geulah. It's supposed to be the Leila.
It's telling what the Eibusher wants us to do tshuva. He can make us do tshuva anytime. We don't need to say this to the tshuva, because it's not up to our tshuva, it's up to the Eibusher. The Eibusher has to wait for Nisan.
So Nisan is a Zman which is Masugal for these things. But
what's the point of us being forced to do tshuva? That's not the tshuva they want.
Yes,
so
why don't you do it without it? That's right. That's the complete. That's right. You're right.
So we'll get to that soon.
We have to be forced. Yeah. So after that,
we'll get to the Rebbe. The Rebbe addresses that question. We'll get to it in a minute. Let's read the Rebbe's lashon.
That's what he wants us to do.
Let's read
Don't wait to be forced. Do it.
Let's read the Rebbe's lashon. The fourth Maramakim. He goes Kodesh Chelik Aleph. On the Kuf Tazayin, the Rebbe says, "The Ishleimah de Pluktasim begul leinin hazman mas emes Pluktasim begula b'matzav nefesh b'nei Yisrael." It's similar to the argument they have. What's the matzav of the Yidden of our neshama is going to be? As b'kiyam atayra mitzvahs. What is our argument? The Hubis Hanedrin. The Rabbi Eliezer Eimer the Yisrael nigalin al yidei shemi atzman oisin tshuva. Now the goal will be through this I do tshuva on our own. Shezo gamkein remez the remez of the shefer of Rosh Hashanah. That the whole idea, the whole concept of what's tshuva, what's the shefer mean? It's Eiru Yesheni Mishinaschem. Wake up from your slumber and go. Do Torah mitzvahs. This idea of tshuva. Ubechlahu in Chodesh Tishrei Kameim Razal Tikva Chodesh Shefer Im Shefartem Al Seichem. If you make your deeds better, your actions better, then b'mayzayim malis you'll go up on the scales. Chul in Tishrei. Tishrei v'tishbek v'tichaper al chivi amecha. So you have a lot of midrashim talk about the mind of Tishrei. That's the zman of tshuva. So that's shittas Rabbi Eliezer. That's why it's going to be during Tishrei. The Rabbi Yeshua Eimer afilu einois in tshuva me'atzman nigolin. Even if we don't do tshuva on our own, we will still have the Geulah. Why? Kadesh Baruch Hu ma'amid lahen melech shegzeiros of kashes. Kahaman will put up a strong melech which has a bad decrees machzirul mutov, and we're going to be forced to do tshuva. Who can maybe Yetzias Mitzrayim, just like Yetzias Mitzrayim shenigala b'schus kabbalas haTorah, when the schus that we took the Torah, v'amar Razal shekaf aleim hakadosh baruch hu har kegigas. Right, the Eibusher put the mountains over our heads. Told us he's going to kill us if we don't take the Torah, and we took the Torah. And therefore, the Gemara says we have a taina that we didn't really mean to keep the Torah until Purim, and we kept it, and then then we accept our Kabbalah Teda. So you see over here, the whole reason the Geulah was because of Kabbalah Teda, which that itself, the Eibusher forced us to do. So according to Eibusher, similarly, is going to be by the Geulah that even if we don't do tshuva, the Eibusher is going to force us to do tshuva. So this sounds like the difference between Zachul and Lei Zachul, right? So it seems like Rabbi Eliezer is talking about Geulah, which is an eifin of Zachus through our tshuva, and Rabbi Eliezer is talking about, and Rabbi Yeshua is talking about in the way of Lei Zachul. So the question is, according to Crazy Place, how are we going to answer the contradiction in the Gemara? One hand we say, so back to the first question, that if Moshiach could only come during these times, the Geulah is only going to be during these times, how come this person makes a neder? He's going to be a Nazir, and when Moshiach comes, he's a Nazir every day of the year. So the Ben Yehoyada and a lot of Mefarshim give another answer, that they say that Geulah and Mashiach is two different things. The Geulah, it's not the same thing. Ben Yehoyada, Mashiach and Geulah are two different things. He says Geulah is talking about kibbutz golius. Mashiach ben David, Yemsha ben David ba, that's when Mashiach comes, and he's going to come. But the Geulah, that's talking about kibbutz golius. That's at the end, the final stage, when we all gather, we all go back to Eretz Yisrael. That's what the Geulah is talking about. That's what Geulah means. And it's two different stages, and each Gemara is talking about two different things. In the fifth Maramakim, he says, "Va'inir li b'siyata in Siyata Shmaya, the Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yeshua, lo ya'ayri b'bias Moshiach ben David." When they're arguing, it's going to be Nisan or Tishrei. Not talking about bias Moshiach ben David. El b'kibbutz golius, shezeh ya'achar bias Moshiach ben David. Amen. That's going to be after Moshiach comes. Right, the lashon in the Gemara was Nigolin. Right, the Nis Nigola B'tish Hasid Nigoil is going to be the Geulah. What's the Geulah? The Geulah is going to be the kibbutz golius when we all go back to Eretz Yisrael. And the Hachi Mashma Mikra, this also seems like in the pasuk, the Maisi Minei, V'hu pasuk says V'haya Bayim Ahu Yitaka B'Shefer Gadol, and then right Moshiach is going to come, we're going to build the Shefer, Ubahu Avdi Me'eretz Asher, and then all the scattered, lost people are going to come back. See, first is going to be Bias Moshiach, and then they're going to come.
Moshiach can be any day. Kibbutz Golius, either Nisan or Tishrei.
Yeah.
Moshiach can come any day.
Yeah, that's going to be the.
What's the whole point of it?
It's going to be the shleimus. There's going to be stages, but the shleimus of the Geulah is going to be when everyone's back in Eretz Yisrael is going to be during Nisan or Tishrei. And v'chein Rabbi Yeshua the Yalif, he learns from the pasuk Laila Hameshumer Lasalav Eigamkin Aidi Al Geulah the Kibbutz Golius. He's also talking about the night when there's kibbutz golius sheyu yitzin michutz laaretz lavei laaretz Yisrael doing the yitzias mitzrayim, just like when they went out of Mitzrayim, they left. And all the year there, so it was a similar to the idea concept of kibbutz golius. They left Mitzrayim to go to Eretz Yisrael. So too the Geulah that we're talking about is on the year they're going to leave chutz laaretz and go back to Eretz Yisrael. So according to this, it fits. So we gave two answers. The Turei Evan, he said one Gemara is talking about when it's not Nisan or Tishrei, that's talking about Geulah happens in the way of Be'ita in its proper time, and the Gemara says Ben David could come any time. That's talking about if it's not Chishena. That's the Turei Evan's answer. The Ben Yehoyada and really a lot of other Mefarshim, also the Chasam and the Shufim Yabba, Talmud of the Neidav Yehuda, Aruch L'Ner, a lot of Mefarshim say this answer, that it's talking about two different things. When it says that the Geulah is going to be in Nisan or Tishrei, that's talking about the completion of the Geulah, the Kibbutz Golius. Whereas when it says Mashiach can come every day, that's talking about Bias Mashiach. It's two stages. And also you asked the question before, that so the Rebbe says that halacha, even though usually in these things you don't have a psak halacha, but the Rebbe says halacha is like Rabbi Yeshua, that the Geulah is going to be during Nisan. It's going to be during Nisan. Why? So.
We can't do it by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And
We shouldn't ask for it now.
so you're by the way. So we were by the question before. What good is this tshuva if it's the Eibush is forcing us to do it? Right? You saw by Matan Torah, we had the Meida Rabbah. We said that we didn't really accept it. He forced us. So Rebbe says that's different because that was before Matan Torah. Before Matan Torah, Yid could say that he didn't really want to do it. It's only because the Eibush forced him. But after Matan Torah, that's like Kabbalah Satayra. And every Yid is Yid, they have Nefesh of a kiss, and Be'etzem wants to do the right thing. So even though Eibush forces you to do it, that's really you wanted to do it. Elamai, the Eibush had to be Megalit. Similar to the Rambam says that if someone doesn't want to divorce his wife, what do you do? And Al Pi Halacha, he has to divorce his wife. You beat him until Reitzani. Either he forced him to do it, and a forced get is not a get. No, he really wanted to do it.
He's going to send us a king like Homer. That's not forcing you. It's making you in such a situation.
Motivating you.
It's strongly motivating you.
It's getting rid of our Yetzer Hara. It's getting rid of the distractions and getting us back to our real selves.
No, there was a mountain, but that was forced. If not, you're going to bury us. Haman, a king like Haman, is not forcing you. He's just making life so difficult for you that it makes you want to do, I help, okay, I'm going to be good. What happened the time before him? They were doing things wrong, came along to Haman, and then they united.
Yeah. So there's in the 6th Rambam, let's see how the Rebbe writes it. The Rebbe says, V'hinei b'chol zeh chil gadol mi'az ve'ad atam. And the way the Geulah is going to happen in Israel for us is a huge difference between Matan Torah and now. Keep Matan Torah adayin lehayu mitzuvin. We were mitzvah to do the mitzvahs. That's why you forced us. We didn't really want to do it. Now that we are already commanded to do the mitzvahs, and we're supposed to do it anyways. Even though the tshuva comes through a bad king, and since it's the Eibishter who sent him, the king didn't come on his own, the Eibishter sent him to us. For sure, even though it came to the Melech, for sure we're doing it b'leiv shalom. Kumeisha bir Rambam in Hilchos Gerushin that hatam that Misha takva Yetzer Hara vatal mitzvah. Someone is for his Yetzer Hara overpowered him to get down to a mitzvah v'huka anshe asal, and he was beaten until he did the mitzvah. Ein ze anus. It's not considered force me acha shehu reitze liyes mi Yisrael, since he wants to be a yid. V'reitze hu lasis kol ha-mitzvahs, and really wants to do the mitzvahs. Elamai Yetzer Hara stopped him. So therefore, even when the Geulah comes, it's not something that's forcing us to do the tshuva. That's who we really are. The Eibush just got rid of the distractions. And there's another nice verse that Rebbe brings down from Alter Rebbe and Torah in the Maimer about Purim, that when Achashverosh told Haman to quit, what the Rebbe was talking about, the Rebbe was bringing out the difference. The Alter Rebbe is discussing the difference between Geulah becomes Be'ita or Achishana, if it's beaten or not. So the Alter Rebbe says over there, he learns from the pasuk that Achashverosh told Haman to what he wanted to do to him, what he thought that what should be done to the man of the king wishes to honor, that he should put the clothing on him and everything. He said, go do that to Achashverosh. And he told him to Mordechai. And he told him, Maher, quickly go do to Mordechai what you said to do. So Alter Rebbe teaches over here that what's Maher quickly? He says because Haman was from Amalek, and Amalek really doesn't have a tikkun. The other goyim, klipas nega, you could elevate them. You could use them for good thing. Amalek is purely bad, and therefore they have to get destroyed. But there's one way. If through this that he didn't do tshuva, and if Moshiach comes in the way of Zachun, and we're able to elevate even that klippa. We destroy that klippa, we could even elevate it through doing tshuva. And that's only if Moshiach comes in the way of Zachun, then even that klippa could also become elevated. But if it only comes the way of Achishena, then it won't be elevated, it will just be destroyed and it will be removed from the world. So that's why Achashverosh is telling Haman, Maher, quickly. make sure Moshiach comes quickly. And that's that part. The Ben Yehoyada has another taich. He wants it. he has another teich he wants to learn the Gemara, the Machlekes, or the Moshiach is coming Nisan or Tishrei. He wants a teich that's really not a Machlekes. He brings down from the Arizal that they're talking about the Pnimius of the Geulah and the Chetzenius of the Geulah. He said, in the 7th Malkim, he writes, He nebeinu Harizal b'shar hakavanis b'dur shreish hashana, hishra divrei Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Yeshua. He said that they're not arguing. The Mara Machada v'lei pligi, they're not arguing. How so? The Mara Aisi b'bchinas chitzenius. It's talking about the chitzenius shehu klos ha'ilum is ba'atzman, which is not the way of the world the way it is now, the chitzenius of the world. Or Mara Aisi b'bchinas ha'pnimius shehu inyan ha'neshamis. The pnimius of the world, which is the neshamis ayin sham. So, which one is which? He didn't take chase, I guess that. He's going to say. He says, "B'sefer guri harizal." Isa says, "Hayisha ba'ifan zeh." He says like this: "The hahiroyin hoya b'tishrei." The conception, the pregnancy was during Tishrei. V'halida b'Nisan, the birth was in Nisan. Well, they say, that's why you say, Musavei Shanahim Harasa Elon. Today is the Harasa Elon, is Lashei Harayan, pregnancy. They ain't even Leidas Elon, birth of the world. Because during Tishrei is the Hirayan of the Geulah, and during Tishrei and during Nisan is the Leida of the Geulah when it comes out the Pale.
The answer is simple as I've always answered. Just like it says, you can do tshuva every single day of the year. But Elul and Tishrei is more opportune time to do tshuva. Moshiach can come any day, but a more opportune month for Moshiach to come is Nisan, because Nisan Nigel is not seeing the girl. But it's a more Mesugel. Doesn't mean that it can't come any day. It's more Mesugel time. And this one holds it's in Tishrei. But it can come any day. Can you do tshuva only in Elul, only in Tishrei? Yes, you make slichas and this and that, more opportune time. But if you can't do tshuva today, you can do tshuva any day. Still a month. It's a Sersi make tshuva. What do you mean Sersi make tshuva? You can't do tshuva any other day.
Mm-hmm.
These are special days for tshuva. So these are special months for Moshiach. Come any day. That's remember, it's always that.
Yeah, that's it.